Okay. You may start with those, Steve. Sure. Okay. Does the Marquette grad have any advice on what I should say? No. Proud of my team. Obviously, we have a great deal of respect for St. John's. They made it incredibly tough for us in the regular season, so we knew we had our hands full. Our guys really responded to new season. That's how we're approaching it, 0-0. And we're proud of the first step in the new season. At midnight tonight, go back to 0-0. So I thought we played a complete performance. These two guys were terrific, as were a number of our guys. So really good win in on a big stage.
Raise your hand for questions, and we'll have a microphone right here, Ben.
Markus, you know you guys have had trouble closing out games the last 4 games. St. John's cut it to 6 there in the second half, and then you kind of keyed that big run to break the game wide open. Did you kind of take the team on your back a little bit?
No. You know, my team actually kind of put, you know, they kind of helped me through things. You know, they really got us off to a great run. I mean, this guy over here right next to me really gave us a spark to start the game. Sam and Joey really were aggressive to start, and you know, that's kind of opened things up for me. And you know, we knew that coming into this tournament, you know, it was a new season, so we had to have a clear mind. And when they got on that run, you know, we stuck together. We stayed positive. We knew that we were going to have to throw a punch back, you know, in order to stay in the game and extend the lead. So that was kind of the thought process with that, you know, just thinking next play. And that's what we did, and we were able to close it out with a great win.
Steve, when you guys played St. John's throughout the regular season, they swept you and made it a close dogfight. This time around, you guys beat them in lopsided fashion. What changed to allow you guys to be so dominant?
You know, I just thought it was one of our more complete performances of the year. I thought our defense was outstanding. To hold them to 30% shooting from the floor and 15% shooting from the three-point line. Pons was 4 for 14. I thought it all started with our defense. And then on the offensive end, I thought we really shared the ball well. And the ball found the best shot a lot of times. And so it was just a complete performance. And they're a very good team. They have a lot of very talented players. And, you know, we feel very fortunate to have won.
All the way on the right, Jeff.
Markus, this is for you. Throughout your career, St. John's has done a really good job of sort of limiting you offensively. What did they do in the past, and then what did you do differently tonight to sort of overcome that?
You know, they definitely used their length and their athleticism to their advantage. They would speed me up a lot, and, you know, kind of what was the difference tonight was, you know, giving my teammates, you know, they really stepped up big in terms of, you know, taking control of the game from the early start. And once they were able to do that, that kind of opened things up for me. So, you know, just trusting them, and then them really just getting us off to a great start.
In the middle, Jeff. I'm sorry, Josh. My mistake. Okay, thanks.
Coach, I'm going to give you a lot of credit personally because 4 minutes in.
You know, don't give me credit.
And here's why. 4 minutes into the second half, St. John's cuts it to 6, as these guys are talking about, less than 4 minutes in. And all of a sudden, what do? Defensively, like you said. You throw a center fielder at them. If people were watching the defense, you had 2 guys surrounding when they would start a drive because they had 3 three-pointers the entire game. They shot 10%, went up to 15% from three-point range. You stopped the drive. You put a center fielder, and when they were driving, they would hesitate. Instead of taking it through and pick up the fouls, that's where you won the game and won big. Congratulations.
Great question.
Let's go over to Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
Write that. Put it all over the internet.
Steve over here on your left. Obviously, Markus is a tremendous talent. He went out for 30 tonight, and he can seemingly get 30 anytime. But is he at his best when he creates for others as well?
Look, Markus is Big East Player of the Year for a reason. It's not just because he can score. I mean, you're talking about a complete player whose every team's game plan is geared to stop him. And so what he's been able to do this year is fantastic. You know, it's hard when you command that much attention from a defense to make a great decision every time, especially when the ball's in your hand a lot. But he's done that more times than not. I mean, the vast majority of the time, or else he wouldn't be Big East Player of the Year. And I thought he played with great poise, great pace, and I thought his teammate. I thought this was a team win. this was a team win. But, you know, again, he's a great player, and we have a number of great players.
Roger over here.
Steve, it's kind of a take on the last question a little bit. I mean, you've known Markus for a good time now, and you've seen some great performances from him. Given that this is a team that he has struggled against, did you sort of expect to see the best of him in a game like this?
I always expect to see the best of Markus because I have an incredible amount of belief in him. But I also have been in the game of college basketball long enough to know you're not gonna pitch a perfect game every time you step on the mound. You know, Cy Young winners don't go undefeated. You know, and so, you know, you're gonna have games where you're not at your best. But I mean, there's nobody I'd trade him for. I mean, come on. This kid's a great player, and he's a great teammate. And his teammates are great with him. And so we just got to continue to focus on the 17 guys that are on our roster and our coaches and let all the other noise dissipate because there's a lot of noise this time of year. That doesn't serve anybody within our circle. So this was a great win. We're going to learn why, and then we're going to get on to the next thing.
Right in front, John.
Sacar, it seems like every time you're scoring on the drive this year, everyone else hits the three-pointers. What can you say about your ability to just collapse that defense over and over and get through them in a night like tonight, and then they light it up from outside for you?
Yeah, that really was just a big focus going into the game, just trying to penetrate and be able to create for other teammates. You know, obviously I have terrific shooters around me, Sam, Joey, and obviously Markus. You know, so I just want to get in there. I'll be able to make a great decision when I go in either whether it's being on the finish or kick it out for the three. You know, so just a read off of it.
You know, there's no question that our team is at our best when Sacar's in attack mode, and when he's attacking at the end of that attack, when he makes good decisions, our team takes on a whole nother level, and he did that tonight.
Down here on the right, John.
Marvin Clark's been a player that's really caused some issues in the past, but you hold him to no points today. What adjustment was made defensively specifically on him to stop that?
You didn't like my answer? You know, obviously we put a number of different guys on him, and you know, Sam and Joey were the two primary defenders, and I thought they did a really good job on him.
All right, right behind.
Steve, can you just speak to what you guys did differently against Pons this time around? I mean, he had two really good games the first time out, hold him to 14 points, just 4 field goals. What was different about the way you defended him this time around?
I thought we had great urgency and alertness defensively against him. I thought we didn't allow him to play in space because when he's allowed to play in space, you know, obviously he's a great player. And he hurt us, but I think he's averaging 22 points a game, so he must have hurt more than just us. And then we tried to make it hard for him to get it back when he gave it up.
All right, this is going to have to be the last one, Adam.
Steve, I assume you think St. John's is an NCAA tournament team, and if so, what could they do in the tournament? How much problems could they present for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not on the committee, but you know, they're a terrific team. They're unusual in that they start 5 guys who can all play on the perimeter. They have terrific isolation players, and they have a guy in Pons who can take over a game. So their defense is unusual because they can switch all screens, whether it's on ball or off ball. So, you know, I think they're an NCAA tournament team. I'm hopeful that'll be the case. I personally think they're worthy of it, but I'm not sure the committee cares what I think.
Marquette, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.